Hey campers, Ben from Snowy's today showing you this Coleman Pilbara C-7 sleeping bag. This has had a bit of a facelift, long been a popular one in the range, largely the same. As I mentioned, really just a little bit of a facelift and a refresh. The main difference being that they're now providing an actual oversized bag for you to fit it back into, so it's easier to pack away. So you've got these compression straps. There's a bit of space inside this bag. This is packed from the factory, but it allows for that. Well, it stops that frustration when you're trying to fit the bag back inside the storage bag. And the storage bag's just too small, which is happening less and less nowadays. So it measures weighs 3.84 kilos, measures around about a bit over 51 centimeters in length and around about a bit over 30 centimeters in diameter, depending on how you pack it up. And this is the bag in front of us here. Now, this guy has a cotton exterior and a cotton flannel lining, has a removable liner inside and a CozyFoot section at the base with a nice big hood to keep you warm. This is a really good all-round bag for all sorts of seasons because you can use this liner inside by itself. You can use the bag without the liner. You can use it all together for really warm weather camping. Got a nice big hood to keep you warm or zip it right open as a blanket. So if you want one sleeping bag to do it all, it doesn't cost the earth, check this guy out. Certainly going to do the job. I'm going to run through all the details of the bag right after this. Before we dive in, we've got loads more content like this on our channel, so make sure you like and subscribe below. Now let's jump into the product. So the Pilbara is a nice long bag, 225 centimeters in length from the foot here right up to the top of the hood up here. They say it suits users up to about 220 centimeters. I'm 185, I'm going to crawl in this shortly and show you how comfortably I fit in. Now the exterior of the bag is a cotton, so it's a nice durable fabric on the outside here. It's not a canvas, it's just a nice durable cotton. And you see the stitching on the outside here is sort of a bit of a featured, I suppose, but that's what keeps the Coletherm polyester insulation nice and keeps it in place inside the bag. It's a hollow fiber insulation, which allows a little bit more air to kind of get trapped and makes it a little bit warmer. They give it a -7 degree rating. That's not a EN tested or an ISO tested rating. It's just Coleman's rating, but they're always generous with their ratings. This has been unpacked this morning, so the fill still feels quite sort of compressed, hasn't had time to loft up. But Coleman's bags have always been generous with what they've said here, and I'd be comfortable in saying you'd be pretty comfortable with this at a -7 degree rating. Now it's a square shape, 225 centimeters in length, 100 centimeters in width, so plenty of width here as well. Good for people who like to wriggle around in their sleep. These stitching points are sewn through, so this is a point at which the fabric is pinched through there, but you've also got that liner inside and heaps of fill that's kind of going to bunch up, and that's not really going to make a difference with this type of bag. It's got a single zipper. As you were at the top, you have got a little storage pocket here for your phone or your keys or whatever, little just to keep the things you need overnight at hand, maybe a head torch or something, can just tuck in there. And then you've got the zip down the side. This has got a feature that you can, this is the rough side, so you can just close that over. So if you're using it as a blanket, you don't have the rough Velcro sticking against you. The zip plow feature, which is this little red section here. So as we zip this up again, this separates the fabric inside here and stops the fabric from getting caught in the zip. And this zips right down the side, and I'm going to zip this right open because there's features inside the bag that I want to show you. And you can see here, it doesn't come to a second zip. It's the same zip all the way around. And what that means is if you want to join two of these together, you need to do one on top of the other. So you would undo this all the way, open this up as a blanket. So we've now got a large blanket. And if you want to make a double out of this, you put a second one on top of here and zip each one up around the sides. What that means is that you get one hood on the ground, and then the one on top, you get the one hood on the top. So you can use it as a double, but that's the only real downside of doing that. You've then got this liner inside here, which zips out. So you've got a second zip inside here with another zip plow on it. That zips all the way around. So you can zip this out and use this as another liner if you like. You can see you've got zip finishes here. So you can take that right out if you like and use that as a really lightweight sleeping bag in the warmer weather. You can use the bag by itself, and this is why I wanted to unzip this. In the foot section here, they call it the CozyFoot. This is a fleece section at the bottom here, so your feet sit inside this nice warm fleece section, or you've got 2 layers of fleece if you're using the liner inside here as well. The rest of the lining of the bag is a flannel cotton, so it's a nice soft feel cotton. Not much more to see inside there, just a nice feel fabric to sleep against. All right, got the bag zipped up again. I'll crawl inside now. I'm going to get inside both the liner and the bag. Now, as I mentioned, 225 centimeters in length. I'm 185, so there should be heaps of room. As I crawl in, it feels like, obviously I've got heaps of room each side here. I feel like I've got tons and tons of wiggle room. It feels nice and cozy. I can, if I put my feet right down the bottom, I can pull this right up. So my feet are probably slightly firmly pushed against the bottom, and I can pull this right up above my chin here. So I can sit up a little bit and still tuck this around my chin here to keep me warm. Now I do have a draw cord here, so I can draw this hood over the top of my head if I like, to make that a little bit warmer. And I don't think there is, no, they haven't added a draw cord on this section here, but you've got this nice cuff, this sort of oversized cuff in the flannel cotton that sits against your cheek here, or against your neck, sorry. So you can tighten this right up to bring this around your head, and then this comes in like this, and you can, it feels quite cozy. So lying in here now, I can feel, it feels cozy, it feels like a comfortable bed at home. So definitely a good option if you want to have that nice sort of homely feel of your bed at home at the campsite. It doesn't feel like you're sleeping in a plastic bag. Now, packing it up, I first want to show you Coleman's roll control feature and little elements they put in here to make it easy to roll up, but I question whether it's the best way to do it. So the roll control feature are these red elements here. So you've got this little tab here, loop that in here. And there's another one down at the foot section here, a toggle and a red tab there. Put them in place, and what that does is stops the bag from separating as we roll it. So if you then come up to the hood end here and roll this towards the foot end, it stops the bag from slipping, so you end up with a nice neat roll. Now that's great for a nice neat roll. Now I've not put much effort into rolling that up. You can still see, even though it's an oversized bag, you can get this in. If you roll that tighter, you can get this in the bag. So much easier than it ever used to be. So it's a well-sized bag, a well-considered bag without being over the top, but being nice and firm. I haven't really tried to roll that up because every time I pack a bag, I just stuff it in. It's so much easier to just stuff it in, and I'll show you now how much quicker that is to do. Don't worry about the little tabs. Grab the bulky end of the bag. It's always easy to try to stuff the bulky stuff in at the bottom rather than trying to fit the bulky bit in at the top, at the end of it. Squash that down the bottom, put this between your feet, kind of pick the bag up under your shoulder here, under your armpit, and just push it all down into the bag. This is going to save you a whole lot of stress and headache at the campsite. When you pull the bag out, it looks a little bit more wrinkled, but it does the same job. That goes in so much easier than trying to roll it and squeeze the bag over the top. Tighten the top up. You've then got the cap with the compression straps. This goes over the top. Do up the clips. And you can then use the compression straps to squash this down. So you've got 4 straps on the sides here. If you want, sit on that, get the kids to sit on it, squash it down, tighten them up, and you're good to go. So just stuff it in. Don't worry about the roll control feature. This is a really versatile bag for just about any season. It's a blanket, it's a really warm bag, and it's everything in between. Awesome, cozy feeling bag for all your camping adventures. Check them out online at snowies.com.au.